Hi, Jane. Glad you could make it today. I'm sitting here with Jane Schreyer, law
Actually, I'm
practice.
glad you could make it. We're here in my office.
Well, thank you very much. Jane, tell us a little bit about yourself. How long you've been practicing, where you
Okay.
started, and so forth.
I'm a lawyer. I've been a lawyer for 30 years. I started in Arizona and became a member of the Arizona Bar in 1985. Went to law school at Arizona State. And I practiced there for the first part of my career. And then I moved back to Ohio, where my family is. And I practiced in Dayton and Kettering. And now, for the past 6 years, 7 years, I have been here in Eaton, Ohio.
You practice civil litigations?
I do all types of civil
Gotcha.
litigation.
Yeah. So you're participating at that conference. You will be one of the table speakers there. We're very glad to have you, Jane. It's a very complex issue, the whole music industry. What are some of the focal points you'll be focusing on in your conversation with the people who attend there?
Well, hopefully, we just talked about how we may get some questions ahead of time from people, so I know what's on their minds, what their
Okay.
concerns are,
Okay.
and I will try to address those. But the main thing for musicians, venues, all these players is what they put in their contracts.
Okay.
So when they have concerns about being paid, or if something weird happens where the show doesn't go, or
Okay.
any of those sorts of things, they have something addressing that in their contract. So they've already agreed to what will happen. And then you have legal rights to enforce if the other party doesn't do what you've agreed to. And that is the value of a contract, that you have had a meeting of the minds ahead of time. You know what you were thinking would happen in these certain
Is
circumstances.
there a contract which can serve both parties, musicians and
Sure.
venues? Because they shouldn't be adversary. As we do this together, it should be a cooperative effort in that respect.
Yes, but as much as you plan that, when you sit down to make a contract, things can change. And that's what happens sometimes. And that's why knowing litigation is helpful, because many times these turn into disputes that you
But
can't avoid fighting over.
Let me ask you this. Most musicians, Jane, they don't even have a contract.
Right.
Why would a musician or why would a venue need a contract when I've known the artist for a long time or the artist has played there? Why would we need a contract?
Just to protect themselves. There are all kinds of things you can put in a contract. And really, it's your own document. You can create whatever you want.
Yeah.
Nobody says you have to have certain things in it or no other things in it. And I think what happens is musicians, they're working on art. They're not thinking about what could happen or
Yeah.
what they need to protect
Yeah.
necessarily. And I think they're probably pretty trusting
Yeah.
as a group. So they just need to know that they're covered on some of these things. And what happens is they have one bad thing, and
Yeah.
then they're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
What am I going to do?
And that
it
goes
does-
outside of the reach of just not getting paid. I mean, the common thing that multiple things can actually
Sure,
happen.
a lot of things can happen, and you can always change it too.
Gotcha.
If something happens, your contract didn't really address it, you fix your contract for the next time.
I got you.
It's a learning process. It's a creative process too, and so yeah.
And really, the reason we're sitting here and you're attending the contract is because really the importance of an attorney is that there is some, I don't want to say grid to the whole matter. In other words, anybody can put a contract together, but does it really have the grid, the
Yeah,
outlet,
there's
put
certain
it together?
things
I
you
got you.
definitely want to have in every contract that
I
people
got you.
may not know.
Gotcha. And they're musicians, and you're an attorney. I
Yeah.
get it. So you'll be very helpful in that process.
Yeah.
The other thing, which is definitely an issue among that group, is the copyright issue. Will you be talking just a little bit about the copyright?
Sure, yeah,
Okay.
that's a huge issue.
Yes.
I think
And in today's digital marketing and digital area, it's just incredible what happens now in the market, even if they steal some tunes of your songs or
Yeah.
lyrics. And we know of cases like that. It's just incredible. So you'll be just addressing that a little bit. So what I'll do is, for the conference, I think it may just be helpful for us if we put your email address on the video. They can submit some questions so as a talking point. You will not elaborate on that. You will not write back, just as a talking point, which may be addressed on there.
Yeah, we'll address it at the round table
Right.
when we're talking,
Yes.
and it helps me too to be ready for those
Yes.
areas that appear to
I get
be
it.
of the greatest concern, because I'm not fluff. I'm there to give good, helpful information if I know what is needed.
Yes.
So that's
Great. Anything to add to this? What comes to your mind, Jane? We're very thankful that you are taking the time for this. And I'll tell you what, we'll see you at the conference.
I'm excited for it. I think it'll be a great gathering of
It'd be wonderful.
good people.
Artists, music professional, producers, studio owners, all the people will be there. Jane will be there representing her
I'm
law
not
firm.
going to try to sing or anything.
Please don't.
I won't.
I know you've never learned the guitar, and your singing is sometimes when I step into your office is awful. But she is a first-class attorney.
Thank you.
So thank you for everything. Thank you, Jane, very much for coming out to do this. And here's the address of the law firm. And underneath you will find the email address. Submit your question, and we'll go from there. We'll see you very soon, guys. See you guys.